I do want to talk about Edinson Cavani, though. We spoke about him before the match then. He's come on as a sub more than any other Manchester United player this season. Has he done enough to prove to be a starter for you, Bobby?
For me, yeah. Like I say, he's the out-and-out striker. He's the player that's going to be in that box. He's that player for me. If any ball falls in the box to any of the real strikers, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, or Cavani, I want it to fall to Cavani. His track record, his experience is second to none in that United front line. So, for me, I'd like to see him given more opportunities to start games. Like Ollie just touched on there, obviously he had the ban, so he's putting some good performances of late, some goals. So yeah, I think he warrants some starts for sure. And he certainly looked good against Liverpool the other day. Coming on and causing a few problems. So he may feature in the cup game.
Why do you think that, Rennie, that he hasn't been given more chances as a regular starter?
Well, I think he's going to be a really, really important player for Manchester United. And I think Ole is going to start to realise more and more because of the experience that Cavani brings to the team, plus the fact his out and out, goal scoring qualities, and he's proven that many, many, many years before. But I was also a little bit, hesitant when I knew that Man United was going to sign Cavani because of his age. When you get in your 30s, you then come to the Premier League. There's been plenty of other examples that haven't really set the world alight. But I've been so impressed with him. Every time he has come on, he brings something to the team. You can see he's an out-and-out winner. And he's that striker, that really out-and-out striker that United doesn't really have. Tonight, again, he comes up with the goods. He should have had 2 goals. But, again, a very important goal. He's good, very good in his link play. He's a very energetic player for his age. He's always on the move. He runs, he tracks back, he tackles back. So I'm very impressed with him. What I think Ole will do is, and it's not necessarily about giving him more starts, it's managing him to use him as much as he can all the way through the end of the season.
But he can't be playing all 4, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford and Cavani as a starter. Who would be your selection, Rennie?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that, Michelle? If who I would choose?
Who would be your front 3? Who would be your selection? Because he can't be playing all 4.
No, you can't play all 4. But I think it also depends a little bit in what your position is. If you really, the first thing I would look at: do we really need an out-and-out, striker to play against this opposition? If you don't, and you need a more mobile player that sort of, runs and gets out wide and wide players coming in, then probably you look at better with Rashford and Martial and a different player on the right. Maybe Greenwood, maybe James, whatever it is, what you got. It all depends on the space that the opposition leaves behind the back 4 as well. How direct do you want to play? However, I do think that Cavani's that sort of striker that also makes other players play better, brings other players playing into games. So for me, I would not be hesitant to play Cavani. I would then have Rashford on the left. I think that's his best position. And basically, on the right-hand side, you've got more options there. You can play with Greenwood. You can play even, obviously Mata is coming to the end of the stage, but a different type of player that could come into the pocket from the right-hand side.
Bobby, who would be your selection then for Manchester United's front 3?
As a front 3, I'd like to see Cavani, Rashford, and Fernandes, to be honest. And McTominay, Fred, and Pogba just behind. But yeah, I mean Rene and the options that they have are there, and it like you say, it depends on the opponent, depends on previous games. So, but yeah, I like those 3. Cavani for his experience, Rashford for his pace, and Fernandes for his creativity.
Well, they do have options up there, Rennie, and I remember we discussed this before, that you don't think either Greenwood, Martial or Marcus Rashford can be a long-term number 9 solution for Manchester United. And this might be a bit of a big shout, but Edinson Cavani, we all know about his age. Could he perhaps be a medium/long-term striker option for Manchester United? Because with today's sport science and the advancement in technologies, you have a look at Zlatan, who's 39 and still scoring double figures this season. Could that possibly be a solution?
Well, I'm sure that if Cavani keeps performing the way that he does, then I'm sure that Ola will be very, very happy, to keep him for another year, and they will go on season by season. It all depends on Cavani's fitness first and foremost. How does he feel? But if you look at him, I think he looks very, very fit. You can see it's a player that takes it very seriously. He's a top professional. He's trained well. He just looks the part. And like Ola said about Pogba, when you're fit, and you're mentally fit, you can go a long way.
Bobby, do you think Cavani could